it's not just my ear. In fact, please don't be making noise when I'm talking. We talked about how this is rude. It doesn't have to be talking for you to be distracting. What we're doing is going to be the foundation all the way through senior year. So this is going to be the foundation for both AP Language and AP Literature. And those are curriculums that are set by college professors. So what we're going to be looking at today is how do college professors want your writing to be set up. So it is precise and we have to make sure that we are getting it right. So I need you to take notes somewhere that you will never, ever, ever lose them, like ever. So grab out your notes and let's get going. Go, grab. Yeah. It goes on the shelf under the light. There you go, yep. Okay, let's get started. The centerpiece of academic writing, oops, I gotta put my mouse in the right place. There it is. The centerpiece of academic writing is going to be the claim. A claim is an opinion, but there's a trick. It can't be just any opinion. It needs to be something that is reasonable based on the text. So, if I have something like Telemachus is a manly man. He be so manly that when his mother is being taken advantage of, he just whines. That's
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Now, Telemachus is a manly man. Is that an opinion?
Yes.
Yes, that is someone's opinion. Is it reasonable based on the text? No, it's not. You do not have evidence in the text to support that. In fact, the text contradicts that. Your claim cannot contradict the text. So you do not get to write just anything. Now, can I have a, let's take a look at another one. Odysseus is a brilliant man. Is that a claim? Yes. Is that reasonable based on the text? Could you come up with evidence to support him being brilliant? Then is that a claim? Yes. Okay. Let's try another one. Odysseus is an idiot. Is that an opinion?
Yes.
Is it reasonable based on the text? Meaning, could we come up with specific textual evidence for saying he's an idiot?
Yes.
So here's the trick. Sometimes people are like, oh, I don't like academic writing because I don't get to say what I want. Okay, these two contradict each other. Are both of them claims? Could you write either of those and be correct?
Yeah.
So good academic writing, you should have yourself in there. I should see your interpretation, your view, your vision. You just can't say stuff that is wrong. There's my format, text, strike through. So this is not a claim, but both of these are, even though they contradict themselves, and both of them could be used. So how does this match what you learned last year with claim? Did y'all do claim? Because a lot of my kids said that y'all did claim, evidence, reasoning last year. A little bit.
It felt argumentative.
Mhm. Okay.
All of them.
We did not.
Okay. What comes after claim?
Evidence.
Evidence. You cannot have a claim without saying what evidence you use to support that. So, evidence should be specific. I should see quote fragments. So, should I have a great big long, should I copy out a full sentence from the text? No, I should not. I should have fragments of quotes. That might mean a word, that might mean a phrase, but I should have little fragments of quotes, not have a whole great big long sentence. That quote fragment should be embedded. And what that means is I should see a sentence of your own summary and embedded or stuck inside that summary, kind of tucked away in bed in that summary. I should see little bits of quote from the text. Now, that quote needs to be correct and accurate. Sometimes kids will do really disingenuous things, like leaving off the word not, so that their quote is, they are trying to say the quote is saying the opposite of what it's really saying. You have to be very honest with these words, and you have to honestly represent what Homer is saying. So don't play games, okay? Now, big one. What do you call it if you are taking quotes or even summary from a text, but you don't tell me where the text comes from? Plagiarism. Copyright is close. Copyright is when somebody has written something and you use it to make money from it. So you still say, hey, this is theirs, but I'm going to sell it and I'm going to make money from it. Plagiarism is when you claim someone else's words as your own. What is the consequence of plagiarism in an academic setting, whether it's high school or college?
You get kicked out of school.
It's a 0. It's generally not an immediate being expelled. If you do it, like if you plagiarize, steal and plagiarize an entire paper, you absolutely in college can be expelled. But a lot of plagiarism that happens is actually accidental. It's people don't know how to do this thing that starts with a C. So they don't know how to cite. And so colleges understand that there's a difference between you steal someone's paper and pass it off as your own versus nobody's taught you how to cite correctly. If you don't know how to cite correctly, they will still give you a 0 on the paper, but they're not going to kick you out of college for it. But a 0 on a paper can be devastating. In a lot of college classes, if you get a 0 on the paper, the best you can get in the class is a C. Yeah. High stakes. So, we need to make sure that we are citing every single stinking sentence. Got it? Okay. So, we have 2 claims. We have Odysseus is an idiot. We have Odysseus is brilliant. Which of those 2 claims do you want to develop into a claim evidence statement? He's an idiot. Okay, well, Brian was faster with his blurting, so idiot it is. So, here's what you need to do. And this is why we do good notes. By the way, I'm not checking the quality of the notes right now because when you turn in your study book, that's when I will check the quality of the notes, and that's when you'll lose points if you don't have good notes. But hopefully your notes are good enough for this task. You need to go through your notes And you need to look for a nice, strong example of Odysseus being an idiot. Whoop, listen to all the instructions. Once you have that example in your notes, go to that chapter in the text, use Control F, and find me the exact quote of idiocy. Do y'all know what you need to do? Okay, use your notes, find your quote, go to the chapter, find it.
I have this one in the back of my head. Chapter 9. I'll read you chapter 10, but don't want to
Smack his shit.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Even though you one part is meant not
Yeah, that's the only thing I can do since I don't have my notes. Oh, well, him going in with no armor, that chapter 4 is
He was an idiot when he went to
Well, I don't know, because he has to get that statue.
I mean, but with no armor, like, well,
If
not
he had
armor.
armor,
I mean, like notes or nothing to hide, like,
They would have immediately known he was a soldier, he was carrying anything. Well, he did it, he pretended to be a worker. No, they would, they guarded it before they would come into the city. They assumed that anyone came to the city, those were their workers going out for food and water.
Yeah, I know, but like the statues themselves, like isn't it
Nobody.
Shrine.
Nobody feels like
Because everything started from people
he says his name with no one.
so they assumed that everyone was in the city. But I do agree with you, I read a lot about that.
And then there's
like he was a Cyclops, like, hey, I'm my name is actually nobody. Like he was pretty smart, but like telling everybody that he was nobody. And
it's right here, says I spiked my man's work at a non-green.
And then the Cyclops.
This frustrates me so much. Poor man. Well, in chapter 10, he did stupid stuff too, so. I mean, he's smart, but just,
That's why I like that it's set up in a flashback, because we get to see old, smart, tired Odysseus before we meet the idiot. Because if we met the idiot first,
I would have no sorrow.
yeah, we'd be
Yeah,
like,
no.
yeah, you deserve this.
So
Okay, somebody tell me a chapter where I can find Odysseus the idiot. Yeah,
Chapter 9, where.
okay, let me get to chapter 9. Give me a word to search for so that I can find the quote you're looking at.
Despite my men's words.
Despite my men's words, I did not agree. If I had, it would have ended more favorably. I was keen to see the man in person enjoy his hospitality. When he did show up, he proved to be the bane of my companions. So, in other words, everyone is telling him, dude, this is a bad idea, let's go back to the ship, and his response is,
No.
no!
Yeah, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah. Can we agree that's a dumb thing to do? Okay. Now, we are going for the claim Odysseus is an idiot. But here is the trick. If I have my claim and then I have a great big long quote, I am wrong. And sometimes kids are a little confused, but let me give you this example. Can I take a Spanish text, so original text Don Quixote, can I copy that? Really? I can't copy letters?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
you
very
can.
capable of copying the words. Does that mean I understand them? No. When you copy, that does not indicate understanding. And if you pull a great big long quote out, what that really suggests is you don't know what in here proves he's an idiot. You don't know what in there is important. And so you're just doing the Control-C, Control-V. So having a long quote actually indicates that you're lost. So once we find the quote, step one, find the quote. Step two is summarize in your own words. So the men are telling him, these are giants, let's go back to the ship, this is a bad idea. His response is,
No, I'm good.
he wants to go enjoy hospitality. In other words, he wants to go to a feast, he wants to get fed, he wants wine. And then when the giant does show up, he's, the bane of their companions. He grabbed them and bashed their heads out like puppies,
And then-
which is a very upsetting line. If you bash puppies' heads,
Yeah.
I will report you.
You're not a very good person. You know what you do to me?
I'm fine with that.
It's basically what you're.
Okay, so we have to put it in our own words. What is really going on here?
Because of this, he's made a wrong choice, his companions are dying.
That's too generic. You have to tell me what's going on. Yes.
This is didn't agree with his man's advice.
About what? You have to tell me what's going on. What are his men telling him not to do?
Going to the and when he doesn't listen, he gets his companions by
But when he doesn't listen, what?
he gets his men, his companions, killed.
Okay. And I would add one other piece, because to me this is the real idiocy. Odysseus' men tell him not to go into the giant's cave, but he doesn't listen because he wants to be feasted. And he gets his men killed. Don't be writing yet. We've not done step 3. Does this show idiocy? Is it accurate to what's going on in the book?
Yeah.
Step 3. Embed quote fragments. And that means I need to find itty bitty individual words or phrases that I can pull back up into here. When Odysseus' men tell him not to go into the giant's cave, but he doesn't listen.
What is fight when they don't agree?
I would put did not agree.
Yes, he did not agree. I might pull that. Would tell him, but oh, well that's weird.
I would put he before.
I can put he before, or there's another trick. Can I change a word inside a quote?
No.
Then it isn't the same quote.
I can change a word inside a quotation mark if the only reason why I'm changing it is for grammar. So I and he, we're both referencing the same person, so I've not actually changed the quote. So if I put something into square brackets, I'm saying, dude, that's not the exact word, but it means the same thing. I'm just changing the grammar. So you can use that to change past tense to future tense, to change capitalization, or to change pronouns. And the square brackets tell the reader, yep, I changed something for grammar. Okay. But he did not agree because he wants to be feasted and he gets his men killed. By the bane of, can't say my, what do I need to say? His, what do I need to do to show I changed the grammar only?
Brackets.
Square brackets. Last thing, I need to have citation. The citation has to come before the period because it's part of the sentence. Last name.
Now, if we were reading the book, if I had given each of you guys a copy of this text, which by the way, the Media Center is 20 if you want to check out, but I don't use class sets. If we were using this, I would have to have a page. Because if you gave me this whole book and said, hey, there's a quote in here that is, this says the bane of his companions, what are the odds I would find that quote in this book?
Not very high.
0. So if you have a paper copy, you have to include the page number. Why do we not have a page number in electronic texts?
It's all in the same.
Control F. That lets you find things. I could do Control F for Bane and I would find it. So I don't need to have a page number on an electronic. So, do you guys think you can duplicate that? Here is first hours. Odysseus is brilliant. When Odysseus was trapped in the Cyclops' cave, he introduced himself as nobody and said everyone from his father to all his friends calls him that so the Cyclops wouldn't know his name. Does that show brilliance?
Yes.
Yes. Until he announces his name in the harbor.
Yep, my name is Odysseus,
yeah.
Sacker of Cities, man.
Yes.
I am Sacker, I ball out.
Which one is hard?